User joined your channel.
User.
Looking at the windsock, you want to be down the east end of the runway.
That reminds me, on the DA40, some of it needs fixed.
The parking brake seems to need fixing first. I can't turn it off, and the knob has disappeared. I can't find the knob.
You can't find it up. Oh,
That's because it's little.
Just crashed out again. It's going well today.
Well, that's a good start. Get all the crashes out of the way. As the saying goes, every failure you have is another failure closer to success.
Oh, is that
I saw that earlier. Where did you see that? I saw that on somewhere earlier. I'm trying to find the property for the parking brake.
Now you've went quiet.
I'm trying to find the property for the parking brake.
It's not your property.
Control
very
B.
good.
Control B, then press B.
No, it was off anyway. It just needs quite a lot of power to move it for some reason.
You get little tiny wheels.
Oh,
that's the other
To
thing I
go
was
with his
thinking.
little tiny knob.
oh, bird.
That's the other thing I was thinking. It's got quite wide wheels on these.
Lots of rolling resistance, lots of static.
That's it. Thank you, Voodoo, for a sensible, professional, adult answer as opposed to, oh, he's got a little knob.
I'll get to that later.
Yeah, I
I'm going
know.
to maintain that our answer was factual.
It's what it is.
Yeah, it works. Does it for me.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not the one on the other end of it.
I've never had any complaints, and never mind.
Yeah. Should we start taxi out?
Yep, you go. I'll follow you.
Okay, we'll go down this way because it looks like the wind sock has swung a little bit.
I am doing a live broadcast tonight, so.
Excellent. Is that on Facebook?
Yes. Bulldog finished, so I do. That'd be good for tonight.
I love that grab.
It's one of the diesel powered grubs that get smoke coming out.
What? I think it's coming from his tires and stuff.
Is there another airport I can take off from? Because this is about 5th time it's just crashed.
Yeah, give me a second, let's have a look. There is one at Great Yarmouth, I think, although I can't remember the IKO. I'm trying to find it.
We could just look on the map now.
Pretty sure there's a grass field there somewhere.
I have Echo Golf 37 is just a stone throws skip from here.
This is a bit rural, a bit grassy. I'll try that. It just kept crashing before I even joined on multiplayer even.
Man.
Yeah, there might be something funny about this airfield because my frame rates are terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dog
make
shit.
it miserable.
Yeah, mine too, man.
Is you gonna do a brief?
I have briefs.
I will. Are we all transmitting live across the internet?
All is copacetic, boss. Tape is rolling, man.
Okay, well, good evening. Thank you very much to everybody for coming for this wonderful, wonderful evening of excitement,
Speak
friendship.
up, boy.
Ooh.
Apologies. If we could all just tell Stuart to turn me up like we have to tell him every week.
Dude, you didn't know he turned up on my thing.
So, what we're going to do this evening is, as a direct result of a test that me and Stuart were doing the other night with the Wessex, is we found that there's been some sort of updates, possibly, that has put in some new assets around the coast. Looks like light ships, things like that, have been added that I haven't seen before. They've existed in the scenery database for ages, but we'll go and check them out, and this is a route that will take us around. A few of them. It's going to be a nice little bimble. We're going to head out to the east. We're going to go across the Great Yarmouth Way, and then we're going to follow around to the coast. We're going to go down to Southend for our half-time break, and then after that we'll go around the south-east section around Kent to the Dover lightship, which is in there that I've not seen before, across the coast, and then down towards Calais, and we're going to end up at Dunkirk. Time I'm going to set as noon so we get as much light as possible. Weather is going to be live weather, and apart from that we're just going to have fun. Looks like almost everybody has brought a suitable aircraft.
Who hasn't?
Looks like there's a chopper, but it's sunny, so we'll just have to look.
That's okay. I mean, it's
Certainly
okay.
has visual permission.
So we're going to be flying at around 900 feet, and we're going to be going for about 105, 110 knots. Initial heading, once we get out of here, we're gonna head out. We'll see how everybody gets up, but we'll be able to continue on the runway heading for a while. Around 070, but don't stick it in your autopilot, just follow me. You can put 900 feet and 105 knots in if you really wish to.
I'm sorry, altitude again, sir.
900 feet.
Thank you.
Who just fell off the chair?
Bill.
Can anybody hear me, actually?
Yes, we can hear you.
I can't.
Okay, right, I'm going to get rolling so we can try and find somewhere with some better frame rates.
I do that.
Yeah, there are some things that need fixing in this, aren't there, Stuart?
Yes. Didn't tell you that.
Like the primary flying display.
Yes. I noticed that the last time I flew it and I forgot to do it. So
Not
do
important.
me.
Not important. Okay, it's fine.
It's on
It's
the
all
optional
good.
equipment list.
I was trying to press the gears and I remember they don't have that one.
Yeah, none of that fancy stuff.
I got more wings than you do.
Motor brake when you crash.
Oh,
Voodoo doesn't normally crash.
oh, no. Except in when I'm running the show and everybody, and I retract the gear before we get on the ground. Oh God, what a dumbass.
Stuart, have you started the Facebook page yet?
Yeah, so it's on our Facebook page. I haven't shared it anyway though. It's on the FGUK one page. If you're searching for Facebook, make sure you type in FGUK and make sure it says something about flight simulation and not other stuff. Alex, what's your airspeed?
105 knots.
Okay.
I don't know if it's like in this, but if you're using that grob that's got the same airspeed indicator as this thing, it's currently showing me doing about 127.
Well, I've got my autopilot set for 115 and my airspeed is showing 115, and I confirm that with a fake code that says 115, so it's correct in this one.
Okay, well my fake HUD is telling me 105. I'm having to use that because everything else is inaccurate.
Inaccurate, and you know,
Yeah,
Alex.
We need
Must
the primary
have it.
flight display working properly.
Yeah, we do.
Must have order.
Try racing ships, please.
We don't normally have order.
Yeah, we have that.
Order of chaos.
Shooting from Eagle in his super snazzy Cessna 195 aircraft. Ooh, shooting from his perspective. Oh, get a perfect view of Alex's hiney.
Oh, he nearly said it.
What?
Sorry, Stuart, which group is it? I've got flight gear pilots, but I can't find the live.
Flight Gear UK. FGUK.
Yeah, I think you have to type in flight gear. Do you have to type in flight gear UK or flight gear United Kingdom? I can't remember.
I shall take a look. Hold on. It's under Flight Gear UK. I've posted a link to the video at the bottom of Facebook, so you just need to click it. very flat. That's pretty good.
I have to say, this is a very nice view of Norfolk. Much better than the view I had like the start of the week.
Mwah.
Yeah, this is where Andy went on his holiday last week.
It is.
Why would you go here?
Because the mother-in-law wanted to go for her birthday.
Okay, so what did you send the mother-in-law?
Well, I would have done if I could. But to be fair, I nearly drowned the mother-in-law, so...
Oh my goodness.
It's okay, I'm safe. I know she won't be listening.
Mama ain't happy, ain't nobody gonna be happy. This I know, Joe.
Who's Joe?
Joe. He's Joe, don't you know?
No.
It's Bill's cousin.
He's yeah, Bill's non-binary next door neighbor, I think.
You got the page yet, Ollie?
Yeah, finally. It's just my silly Facebook. You know, you're a member of a group and it won't bloody bring it up. It brings every other shit item other than what you want.
Yeah, that's Facebook.
Hey, that grab's got its headlight on. Or maybe it's just happy to see me.
It's another headlight. It hasn't got the headlight on.
Andy, are you having problems keeping up?
No, I'm not that far behind.
Alright, I was just checking, that's all.
I will increase the throttle a little. It was saying 120 and I was thinking, well, I must be going faster than you at 105, but clearly not.
I currently got a ground speed of 110.
I don't know what ground speed I've got. My instrument currently displays about 135, so...
Great, Yarmouth. What's great about Yarmouth?
The road out.
Okay.
No, I like Great Yarmouth, it's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That didn't sound very convincing.
No, it's great.
Yarmouth.
Yes, it's great.
Okay, we're going to turn and follow the coast, because, you know, why not?
North?
Because it's frickin'
No? Okay.
beautiful.
No, we're going to turn south.
Ah, yeah, horrible things are up north.
Oh, man. That's not true.
Like Lincolnshire, obviously.
Oh, that.
Yeah,
And
make
Scotland.
sausages. Well,
Sausages.
Scotland's not really up north, is it? Oh, there's the AT-17 just gone in front of me. Okay, I got a map down here, which
You got a
has
map?
I've actually got a paper map in front of me. I was fuck off, you lot! I've got a map in front of me, and I was going to see how many of the lighthouses and stuff are actually in an accurate place in flight. Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay, you
good
do that.
idea. I like that.
Light sticks, remember.
Light
You're going to
sticks.
do a PowerPoint presentation later.
You want me to do a PowerPoint presentation? I will do a PowerPoint presentation.
No, I'd rather suck custom nostrils.
It's a nice cruise ship down here at least.
I ain't seen no cruise ship.
You're not looking.
I've got some. Oh, the AT-17 is stalling
It's
badly.
stalling. Yes,
That's
he's
a
going to
stall.
die. He's going in.
Go in.
Oh!
Flash is the first victim
Flash.
tonight.
Flash!
Right.
Oh. He's back
Been
in the
watching
air.
all the dam buster things. We'll have to call Flash Dingy Flash.
Dingy!
And oh. No, crashed again.
What are you doing way back there, Alex?
He's reading his paper map.
Yeah. The important thing is to remember I am the flight leader, so whatever I'm
That's-
doing, wherever I am correct.
That's fact. Jack.
Can't argue with that.
Looks like we're just coming up to the mouth of the river, which isn't quite right, because we used to have to always go to some relatives at Lowestoft, and we always went to Galston, watching the ships.
There's something down in the water there. Lad.
Could be any of us.
Yeah, after seafronts
Nobody.
in the water, isn't it?
It's a
Can see something on the point. There's a lighthouse.
There's not a lighthouse, there's a windmill. There's a lifeboat down here. It's not going anywhere, so there must be fishing.
I thought it was
Maybe
rather
monitoring.
fishy.
I really have to do an orbit to get behind you again, Alex.
I'm still doing. I think I might have picked up a headwind or something. So I'm doing 105 knots indicated. Ground speed's down to 94.
Passing it past steady. The little DA-40 is tiny. Doesn't take much wind.
But we're enjoying the trip, and that's all that matters.
Yes.
Ah, voodoo.
Sorry.
I have to say that looked comical from my cockpit.
I'm trying to slow down, man. I thought I'd be the slow loafer. I pulled one of those tricks that Stuart always messes with me on is I'll fly my airplane from your perspective. Arr. Must be having server issues or something because, everybody's jumping like, so you guys all see me as like jumping back and forth, right?
No? Well,
No,
slightly.
you look pretty solid to me, Voodoo. Okay, I'm going to crank the speed up, so I've got
You can't do that.
on-
You see I'm down to 95 knots, and I'm still over 80.
Okay, I've set it another 10 knots higher on the indicated.
Still way past you, Christ.
Okay, my ground speed is now 108 knots. We should be coming up on the right wing in a second to the Pleasurewood Hills amusement park.
Pleasurewood.
Okay,
Well,
we all
that's not an
have a
interesting
fair
choice,
idea
anyway.
what went on there in the old days.
It's a nice little amusement park. I've been there. I've taken the kids. It's good.
You took the kids to Pleasurewood?
I'm going to ignore that comment.
I'm just gonna let that lay right there.
Lovely lower stuffed down here. The jewel of the wherever we are, Norfolk coast.
Uh-huh.
There are two windmills there that are sort of intersecting with each other. Go on.
You know, you said you were testing Wessex.
Yes.
What is the plural of Wessex? Is it Wessex High or
It's Wessex.
or Wessex?
Wessexes.
Wessex Essexes.
No,
Wessexes?
Wessexes.
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 I thought it was a murder of Wessex.
Oh, a murder. I like things like that. I don't like murder, obviously, but I like the cool name.
The Wessex can probably murder you quite easily, to be honest.
It did the other day because I only had one engine working.
That's true. And you still flew it like an idiot.
I fly it like an idiot whether both engines are working or not.
Is there a biplane on this flight?
Yeah, me.
There is.
That's Voodoo. He's quite often a little bit by on a Saturday evening.
Oh, give away all my secrets, you bastard.
Oh, not all of them, Voodoo.
Oh, shh. Mum's the word.
Well, that's a beauty flight night, isn't it? You can wear whatever you want.
Oh,
You can, and
yeah.
indeed I am.
Yeah, let's let that go.
Wait, we're supposed to wear stuff.
Well,
No, not really.
that's the thing.
Oh, okay.
Well, Hope is wearing his big old flying helmet and his goggles and his white silk scarf.
Oh, well, I'll just say I can see his helmet from here.
Oh, oh my.
There's a little project company. We've got the flexible cables and the fluffy the onions and the gazelle. How
On a
about
flapping helmet.
No, not a flapping helmet. A fluffy scarf.
Ooh, that would be cool.
A bit more of
Hello,
a floppy
oh,
helmet.
See if you can animate that.
That'd be fun. I mean, I can barely animate a linear control surface, but yeah, a flapping
What?
scarf, why not?
See, that's what I did when I was going to fly this this albatross today. Is I animated all the valves in the engine, all the lifters.
Oh, jeez.
Ah, to be retired.
No, I haven't had that much time this week. Mama started dialysis on Tuesday, so it's been quite the challenge.
And how's it going?
Tuesday and Wednesday it sucked rocks. Things were not going well. Lots of pain during the draining phase. There's 5 different cycles, but night before last, I was proclaimed glorious. Everybody slept all night. And then yesterday we went for a long walk in the sunshine and connected with neighbors we haven't seen for months. So yesterday was fabulous.
That's good to hear.
Goodness.
Oh yeah. It's way cool. And once again, Alex, so thanks for your coaching, man. That was Mrs. Voodoo and myself. I really appreciate your words.
No, always welcome.
When did you learn to use words?
Well, I had to have the dictionary open in front of me, but it helped. I mean, they're Americans, so it wasn't too hard.
Yeah, fair point.
Whoa.
Fair point. Take out some syllables, add in some slurring.
Yeah.
You can't talk to me
Mention
like
guns
that.
occasionally, and they were fine.
Yes. And the South rising again, that's always needed.
Wop 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 wop.
I saw the post from Porky about doing the dam busters. We could probably do it in tornadoes. Could the 617
We
do
have
that?
actually done it in tornadoes before.
Well, that was a while ago, wasn't it?
It was a while ago, yeah.
Sounds a bit windy in a tornado. Sorry.
I would need to get the new tornado ready for that. We'll do that again.
Lancaster's not that bad, is it? Last time I flew it looked alright.
Externally, it's fine. It was internally, we pulled it apart, so you're going to drop it in it.
But what you need 6 hours.
I made the new control yoke, remember, and that was in that was as recently as 2015.
If you do it in Lancasters, you need about 6 hours, won't you? 3 there and 3 back.
I think that's one of the reasons we've never really done it properly, is time.
Yeah, we don't usually have 6 hours available to flight night.
I still want to do the whole of Black Buck, but never mind.
I still don't think we have enough pilots or aircraft.
No, we really don't.
There's a light stick below us. Did you not see that, Alex?
Yeah, no, I've had a look at that one. Yeah,
Is it correct?
Is it on your map?
it is. Yeah,
Woohoo! Score
that's the
one
first
for
one
the
I've seen
lights.
that's been in position.
Really?
Well, it should be straightforward if they can do all the position of the pylons and the power grid
That's what it's
from
gonna
maps.
be, yeah.
They should be able to do lighthouses from the maps.
Well, that's why I was surprised when me and Stuart were flying the other night, and there was just another ICAO code in the middle of the English Channel, and it turned out to be the lighthouse that's just off the coast, off from where I live. It's never been there before. I don't know when it turned up in flight gear, but it just suddenly appeared. So I think there's been some things added, which is what prompted this flight night.
I don't know. I'm rather enjoying the scenery.
It's nice scenery, nice friends, nice airplanes.
Yep. And what doesn't suit us, alcohol fixes that for me.
It does, yeah.
Well, at least it
Lying.
didn't screw it up any worse.
Now, next week, I've got a bit of a request, lads.
Oh,
Oh,
shit.
here we go.
Could someone stream the flight to YouTube?
Why?
Well, 'cause I've got a guest next week, and I'd like to sit and watch Flight Night with them.
Why don't you fly in and let them experience the whole thing?
Well, they've experienced the whole thing before.
I should
Have
be
they?
able. I should be able to stream and record, right? Shouldn't I? From OBS.
If
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Obviously, yeah, you should be able to.
I've
Well, I
done
don't know
it.
what sort of strain that'll put on the GPU though.
Well, what's the worst that can happen?
It goes pop.
Pop goes the weasel, cause the weasel goes.
So this person has experienced it all before. Who is it, and what did he fly under?
Well, it's Andy. Andy's coming to see me next weekend.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see.
If he brought it to you, can have a LAN party.
No.
Yeah, but it's not, it's not 1997.
It isn't. Oh no, you're right. It isn't. I knew that.
It isn't, no. And he could use Harry's PC if we wanted to sit and play flight gear, but that seems.
You get the passenger function. You get the passenger.
Yeah, I think the main thought is that it might be a bit weird if we just sit and play Flight Night together.
Sorry, I was just sorting the child out.
Yeah, that was my thought, Andy. So there you go.
What, that I was sorting the child out?
No, I was asking if they could stream Flight Night to YouTube next week so we can watch it at least while we're.
Why can't you watch it on
Put-
Facebook?
But I can't put Facebook on the television.
Can't you do that streamy thingy? You can do it now.
Unfortunately, my telly doesn't do the streamy thingy from Facebook.
Oh my.
Or why don't you just plug your video output from the computer into the telly?
Well, because they're not in the same room.
Duh.
Big cable?
Big cable. I appreciate the suggestion, but.
Roku stick.
I'm trying to be.
Oh look, we're currently flying over the Sizewell B nuclear power station.
No!
Oh,
Where is
well,
it? I don't see
there,
it.
right there. We're violating a regulation now.
Yeah, you get shot down, wouldn't you? There'd be fighter jets coming up to buzz you.
No, you get told off. It's the same at Lid. If you go anywhere near the airspace of the power station, you get
Yeah,
very
that's
much told off. I don't believe there's any fighter jets on standby.
That were best. There used to be a Canadian on Channel 4 and they were doing these send-ups, and they did the balloon flights across Menwith RAF and Menwith, and the police turned up and said, "Oh, you can't do that." I says, "Why not? There's no law saying I can't."
What?
Well, Menwith is American. It's a RAF Menwith. It's a spy base, American-owned, American staffed, and the cops, the UK cops, drive around in American cop cars. And if you take pictures on the main road driving past, they come and stop you. But there were no bylaws saying you couldn't have balloon flights over top. So you got an hot air balloon.
Oh my. That's the first problem, is letting people think they're American cops over there to just do whatever the hell they want to do.
No, the UK police, but they're driving American cars. And if anybody works on the base, they're chaperoned by an American citizen.
That's just wrong.
Well, it is because...
Can you imagine having to talk to Americans all the time?
yeah,
Oh
but you're not
my
allowed-
god!
Apparently you're not allowed to spy in your own country, so you do it from ours.
What?
Yeah, well, Menwith, it's all got big dome satellite dishes you can see from miles away. But it intercepts all the telephone calls and God knows what.
Oh my god. That's okay, it'll all be over soon.
Yeah, it's been there years.
That's okay, it'll all
No, I
be
think it
over
means
soon.
we'll all be dead soon.
No. Never mind. We'll talk
Or
about it.
glowing in the dark slightly.
Yeah, we don't want to talk politics.
No one's ever talked politics on Flight Night.
Only Ollie.
I don't talk politics.
You own it, brother.
Alex, if you want to do the Black Book, I read there's a very good book. There's a guy called Roland White. He does loads of history of aviation books. And
I've read his one. I've read the Black Book one. I got most of his books, I think.
yeah, I've just got Phoenix Squadron in front of me now. Well, that's another good one. That's about buccaneers
Yeah, that's the
taking
one.
off from Ark Royal to do fly down over Honduras and back, and they stopped a pseudo Falklands War 10 years before by doing that.
Alex,
Bonjour.
this little drop of land here, this is a testing area, is it not?
Yes, yeah, this is a testing area. This is owned by Kinetic. This is Sutton Heath, or it's the end of Sutton Heath and Bentwaters.
Wow, that's an unusual looking thing right directly below us. What is that supposed to be?
It's a sandbank, basically.
It is, it's where they test surface-to-air missiles. You can probably see them on the orthos. They're all bedded in around this area. But there is also an accurate lighthouse just off my left wingtip.
I don't know. Whereabouts are you?
He's in the lead where he's supposed to be.
I see a lighthouse.
I'm in the lead. Now, I'm going to continue on this heading, and you lot are going to follow me.
Oh, so we're not following the coast now, out in the water.
Nope, you're following me.
Now,
He's
I
the
just
flight leader.
Just wondering with these lighthouses, do they flash the correct sequence of code so you can navigate by them?
Some of them do, some of them do not. That's one of the things I was looking at, and if you look at the things, the scenery models, some of them are modelled correctly, some of them are unfortunately reusing models from other lighthouses. The majority of them I think are alright, but Ones where they're
Is
reused,
there a
obviously,
helicopter
another.
top of that lighthouse?
That one is, yeah.
Alright. We visited a helicopter.
You see, that is why we're doing this. We're going around looking at all the little lighthouses, seeing what's in them.
They don't have looked on very small, don't they? These pilots who actually land on the top of them, they earn their pennies.
And also, as we may find out in a minute, I think some of the sizings may be off on some things. And for partly that, I'm going to go down to 300 feet. So, follow me.
Following you.
300 feet. Descending.
Alex, if you're interested in the Falklands, there's another good book I've got. It's called Scram, and it's a compilation of all these stories from all the different helicopter pilots during the Falklands.
Who wrote that one? I haven't heard of that.
The guy who wrote it was a Wessex pilot, and he was only about 21. It was his first sort of thing out of training, and he had to learn a lot. But what he's done is, it's not just his story, it's the story of all the different flights and all the, every other people. He interviewed everybody after the war and compiled a book about it. But it's very good.
Do you remember his name?
I have it somewhere if I can find it. I'll dig it out for you.
No, thank you.
Red smoke.
Red
Sorry?
smoke. I'm tagging you.
Like a gangster, or?
No, I'm just trailing red smoke. I'm close to you.
Right, the guy who wrote the book it's called Scram, and he's called Harry Benson, and there's a picture of a Wessex firing missiles on the front cover.
Yes, I think I've seen the book. I haven't got it, but yeah, I'll have to
Yeah.
look at
But what that was about, they tried to take out the Argentinian commandant in Port Stanley, and they flew down low, sent off the missiles, and it just slightly missed and took out the post office, I think, or the police station behind.
That's not good.
But they only did it twice and give up on sending missiles. The problem was, in the middle of Stanley there was a very powerful radar station, and it used to detect them before they got anywhere near, and they tried to do the radiation missiles, and that didn't work either.
I think I've heard something about that story, but I'll look for the book, thank you. Now, if you're very observant, we are coming up shortly to what still calls itself the smallest micronation in the world.
Oh Christ. That actually India.
It is, yep. Yeah, the Principality of Sealand is in FlightNight, although I think the sizing is way off. It's a World War II gun platform, for anyone who didn't know, that was taken over in the 60s by some crazy bloke and set himself up as king, and it is not officially recognised by any country other than Germany, who have sent an official there. They still don't recognise it as a country, but by sending an official there apparently it counts. But they call themselves the Principality of Sealand, and there are people that live there, and you can join the nation should you wish, but it's a little platform just coming up on the nose, but it is, I believe, too small in flight gear, because it should be quite big. In fact, it is minuscule. Yeah, that's messed up.
Back in the day, or some time ago, didn't Nielsen run a flight night where we landed on all those bastards?
We did.
Yeah, and some of those were the Monzel Sea Forts, and yeah, Sealand as well, I think. We're gonna turn in so we can head back towards land now, otherwise it's gonna get pretty boring.
And weren't these forts originally set up to intercept German aircraft coming over?
Yep.
Yeah, German aircraft, and originally early in the war, the main perceived threat for them was Zeppelins.
Ah!
Not in Second World War.
Well, that's what they thought was going to be sent over. They thought the Germans were going to send over Zeppelins, but it was obviously mainly bombers in the end.
We had a Zeppelin fly over Keighley, even the 20s or the 30s, to drop a reef, because there was a flu hospital and a lot of German prisoners died of the
Catch you
flu.
later, Vano.
Fly.
Yep.
The flew in 1918, and there's a picture of it flying over Keighley, dropping this reef.
No, really.
User disconnected from your channel.
I think I saw somebody just hit the water. Oh, maybe not.
What happened to the plane that was going?
Oh, looks like it didn't come. Probably for the best. How's everyone's frame rates doing?
Much better now.
Actually, no, I'm not.
Get random stutters, but it's not too bad.
I'm not doing great. I've only got 13, which is ridiculous.
Yeah. The frame rate's not good at the minute.
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with my machine, but I was flying this afternoon, no bother, and then it's crashed about 10 times tonight, so I might try it midpoint and see if I can start again.
We won't cut into the close too much because we need to catch up and make sure we get back half time. I wouldn't want to be too late this evening. Not much power we can put into catching up with the flight if we don't.
Well, I'll do 140 knots. Won't do it for very long, but it'll do it.
Well, we don't want to alienate our friend Voodoo, do we?
What?
Well, you're probably the slowest here. I don't know what the cruise speed of the Albatross is.
I'm pretty much maxed out right now. But you know, I'll fix that. I can fix it. You guys do what you got to do.
Oh, see, I think I just got a weather refresh. That just sent me going crazy.
Thanks for watching now. So where's this fort?
We flew over it ages ago.
And that was
Yeah, I was gonna. Ah,
It was extremely small. There was a boat next to it that was bigger.
yeah, exactly.
It was way out of size.
I blinked and I missed it.
Yeah, you would do.
Arse.
Arse.
I imagine it's just a simple resize job, but God knows how long it'd take to get into TerraSync. But good news is they're releasing Flight Year 2020.3 this weekend, so that's only, you know, years behind.
3 years out of it. And have they got what's special about it? Do we have a release notes?
No, but I do believe it's gonna have. I think it's gonna have orthos.
Compositor lighting?
Pass.
Wait a minute, we got orthos now.
Yeah,
Well,
you don't get
April.
new features, Voodoo. We're ahead of the curve. The releases don't get all that. Ooh, Geed.
Oh, you silly devil. So they're going to release an official version that's got less shit than what we've already got?
Yes,
no,
because we
Sani, 2020.3 is a lot older than 2020.4. 2020.4 is still not officially released yet. That'll be the next release, which will probably be next year. And yes, we have already been using it for a year. Open source for the win.
Yeah, the 20.3.18's got orthos, been out a few
User
months.
joined your channel.
Yes, sir.
It's key.
Users.
It is Geed.
Users.
You're a user. And an
Gentlemen.
abuser. And
Indeed.
Voodoo.
Andrew.
Gentlemen and Voodoo.
How are you doing?
We're diddling around and flying blanks.
Yeah.
You say firing blanks.
We're flying
that-
over the water.
Big obvious film.
Yeah, we'll be over land in a minute. We've got the full everything.
There's a sandbank in front of us.
The full
There is a
Monty.
sandbank. The full Monty. And I imagine if we did that show as a group, we'd be very popular.
I'm
Do
certain.
you know there's a new TV series starting next month called The Full Monty?
And is it about Field Marshal Montgomery?
No, it's about the same crew, the same guys who did The Full Monty.
I rather enjoyed
Oh,
that
hang
movie.
on, everyone. How do you know this?
There's an advert popped up on my
Yeah, I bet it did. Targeted adverts, male strippers,
It just popped
straight
up.
to Stuart.
It just
No,
popped up.
Netflix.
Is it on straight after Naked Attraction by any chance?
Yum. I mean, what?
Whereabouts on the coast are you now?
We are just southwest of Clacton.
Clacton. Yes.
Clacton on Sea. I've been to Clacton twice. It was pleasant enough.
I don't think I've ever been.
There's not a lot there. There's a pier and a Weatherspoons, that's about it.
Oh, what more could you want?
What more could you want indeed?
There's some more sands in there. There's Maplin Sands, which is a Quintel Hemordige Shoebrines.
What?
Yeah, a lot of this round here is testing ranges.
Gee, funny. Oh my goodness.
What is it?
Red smoke and what else? It looks like your starter is stuck.
Is it? I don't know. I mean, it's not smoking on my side. Everything's
Oh.
alright.
Oh no.
Oh,
Yeah.
Voodoo did updates, didn't you, Voodoo?
No.
Ah.
You told me you animated the tappets and everything.
I did, but that wouldn't change what he's looking at.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's flight, yeah.
It's probably changing what you are looking at, right?
Oh, I'm seeing you're trailing red smoke and startup smoke, which means the. Did you hit Shift S? Is your caps lock on?
No. Should I hit Shift S? What happens if I hit
Shift S. Shift S.
If you
will-
shit fast,
If you shit fest.
Oh!
Shit
You
first.
press Alt F4.
Oh my goodness, that's what turns the smoke off and on, you know. It's also
Delete system 32.exe. Yeah.
Yeah.
the thing that's freaking me out is you got your cranking smoke is on.
So I hit Shift S.
And nothing happened. All right. I
That's
must
okay.
have messed something up.
It's an old version. I'm pretty sure. If I get me the latest version now on the ground, is that online? Is that on the
Yeah,
hangar?
he linked it on the forum earlier.
Yeah, it's in the hangar.
Okay.
I don't think I've changed
get
any
it.
of that.
I'll get it.
You'll
You know,
get it.
don't knock yourself out, man. It's nice just to have you.
You know, how can I miss that? Being the German, flying on your 7, high,
I
loaded
don't know.
weapons.
I don't know.
Yeah. Life. Don't talk
Actually-
to me about life.
Oh God. Yeah, actually, after all this years of not wanting to put weapons on aircraft because it would inspire competition, which I'm not a fan of, the next round of all the World War I biplanes and triplanes will have active firearms.
Oh, bang bang!
Oh yeah,
Big
Boom,
bada
boom.
boom.
big bada boom.
That's nice.
It might be. I might regret it.
And through the miracle of my amazing planning and your wonderful flying, we are not too far off our halfway point.
Look at you, and we got 5 minutes to spare, bro.
I know.
Is that
It's
anything to do
almost
with the
like-
fact that we took a shortcut?
We did not take a shortcut, Andy. We took the planned route.
We were following the flight,
sorry,
following
we took-
flight
we-
leader.
We took the direct route.
The direct route, that is correct. The direct route to where we needed to be.
Apologies, flight leader.
Alex's way is the right way. Trust me on this. He knows lots of stuff. Not about this,
I know
but
stuff.
not
No,
about
nothing
this.
like this. But I know how to put my own shirt on and stuff.
I'm thinking like it was almost like you planned it. You had even had a map.
Yeah, I've got a map and I've written on it with a Chinograph pencil as well. You impressed?
Oh,
Did you get your slide rule out and calculate all the alternatives and stuff?
that's back to my day.
Where's it going?
No, just a little stutter there. Oh, Stuart, was that you that went through me?
Well, it's the pain.
Like a 3-day-old curry.
Well,
That word brings new meaning to the words right through you.
I'm just carrying on this in here. I don't know where the hell you went.
It didn't look like you felt a thing.
Well, I don't. No. After the years and years of no, I don't. I'm just behind you, Stuart. Slow down and
Tailpipe.
get back in your place. Go on.
Tailpipe like a wizard's
You went
sleeve.
to the pause button and end up the arse elbow.
Eagle, back in position. Come on. If I have to start getting angry, that's what's going to happen. Come on. I mean, there's 2 people ahead of me now. What kind of flight is this?
If I gotta stop this flight, someone's gonna get a
Yeah.
licking.
If we turn around, we're all going to go home.
Yeah.
That's right. There'll be no snacks at half time.
Aw.
Voodoo, you can have snacks. You're my good boy.
Ah. Because I found, in trying to keep my wife's protein levels up, I found these cool chips. They're like, they're protein chips. They're like potato chips. Crisps is what you all call them, I think.
Crisps, yes, crisps.
But
Yeah,
there's
probably.
like cheddar and sour cream flavor, and they taste like a crisp, except that there's almost no protein, or no carbohydrates, no sugar.
Oh, nice. What are they the ones that are made out of? Is it pea? They're made out of pea stuff. I think.
I don't know that. It's called Quest, is the name of the company.
Vegan crisps.
I don't know, man.
Absolutely no. All nutritional value can be removed.
I don't think so.
As long as you can taste them, that's all you need.
Well, we're looking for the protein.
Ah, without feeding her eggs. I understand.
I'm feeding her eggs. She loves eggs, but how many can you eat?
Yeah, about 15 in the sitting on the
15?
That's a
right.
big ass
Yeah.
omelette.
She's 115 pounds. And
It's a big asked Alex when I've eaten 15 eggs. You want to see the stretch?
Which came first, the chicken, the egg, or the Alex?
I need a midwife to see whether it's crowning or not.
Oh, God.
Do not start shouting me next weekend. Going, Andy, Andy.
Don't wanna- I've already bought all the eggs.
Oh, excellent.
Very good.
I've had
Okay,
a-
look, we're coming up to our halfway point here, so I'm not sure what direction the wind's coming in, but if you want to brake and land, you should be able to see it.
So just put her down, boss.
Put it down and then park in the terminal, which will be to our left as we're looking at it now. It may be on your right if you decide to come in from the other direction. That is up to you. Wires! Watch out for the wires.
Pylon.
I'm on the way in.
Squirrel.
Oh look, the Vulcan's in entirely the wrong location.
It's still there, the real one. Is it gone?
The real one is still there, but it's over the other side of the airport.
Oh, told it. Or did they do an engine run in it? I don't know.
I'm not sure. I didn't know of it being in the location it showed in flight gear, but
That wasn't a good place to stutter.
Wires at the threshold of the runway. Yay!
look at that. We touched down exactly 9 p.m.
Oh, Christ, no, it's really. Down and rolling.
What am I? Why am I sitting on a ledge? Holy shit!
A perch.
He is perched like a fish. Gonna go park in front of the terminal.
Well, I'm stuck here for some reason, so I'm coming back in a different aircraft. The ICAO of this is Echo Golf Mike Charlie, right?
Andy?
What?
EGMC, is that right?
Yes, Southend, aren't we?
Yeah.
Roger that. Thank you, John.
There's a little bit
That
of...
one right in it. That right.
We could go park up by the Vulcan, I suppose. Long way to taxi, though.
We're going to park by the Vulcan.
Probably be a 2-minute taxi, won't it? We could do. We landed that way. Alright, go on, let's do that. We're having fun, aren't we?
I'm always having fun. If I ain't having fun, I ain't doing it.
Woo!
You can just imagine the face of the people who are, you actually really did land in this sort of state at this airfield. then just went driving madly around the place because we wanted to see the sights on the airfield.
Well, Southend is actually where it's the airport where most of the flying training in this part of the southeast actually ends up going for your cross countries, because although it's an international airport, they're actually really friendly towards GA, and it doesn't cost any more than it does landing at any other airport. There's a building in the middle of the taxiway. But yeah, so they're quite used to people flying around. If you go on a solo cross country, your first solo cross country, if you're anywhere in the bottom half of the country, is generally to Southend, because they're very, very accommodating, and you can mix it up with 737s and A320s and stuff like that. Makes people feel like they're properly flying off on their own.
You're not really selling it, to be honest.
You could come here in a helicopter if you wanted.
Okay then, that's better.
Oh, there we go.
You got
But dealing with the
737s
child.
on the grass strip.
No, there's a runway here, proper one.
This appears to be a car park, Alex.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. But there's also a taxiway.
They've also parked the Vulcan in a car park.
Yeah, it should be at the other end of the airfield. I don't know why it's here.
Somebody took it for a joyride and left it in the wrong place. Don't do that! Jesus Christ.
I just did that. All right, I'll move forward. Hang on. I don't want to catch my wing on this road. I'm a bum.
That's funny. Oh!
I had no option because you stopped in the stupid place.
Margaret, you touched my bum.
Oh, well.
Again.
Right, I have parked.
Yeah, me too. I'm staying here.
Not far.
Okay, everyone has got 5 minutes. Go and empty yourself of eggs, get yourself a drink, whatever you do.
Dear. Right. Wink. Taking a picture of the hole. Well, there's the turboprop turned up now.
Yep. I actually thought of getting that as well, Voodoo, but yeah. Nice sounds, by the way.
Thank you.
Oh, back I come.
Thank goodness. Should we taxi out to the runway?
Oh, we can do what the hell you know. Well,
We could. Should we?
indeed.
I was liking the Vulcan.
Stuart.
That's the question of choice. We do know that PC-9 won't fly very well at 110 knots.
Oh no. Full flaps.
Get
I'll
your
try.
flaps out, you'll be alright.
Yeah.
Bucket on a length of rope tied behind you.
That's it, practical solutions to problems.
I will do a helicopter night with failures and all rotations just to see how everybody deals with situations.
Any night with helicopters is a failure.
Fact.
Starting the damn
That
things
was
is
quite quick for me.
first challenge.
I like them. I don't fly them worth a shit, but
You gotta do your Wessex night first, Stuart.
Yes, we've got the Wessex. Both of them.
Both of them.
Neither of which are particularly simple. Well, they are simple in a way, but they'll also kill you in a very simple way as well.
They fly nicely, I like them.
Well, I only crashed about twice. And that was
See?
trying to get off the ground.
Oh yeah, you don't want to do that bit.
But it's not the flying that'll kill you, is it? It's the ground.
Yeah.
it's a sudden stop.
Exactly.
There's a funny sort of dip into the nose in when you try and add the collective in.
The collective in the H5 is much crisper than the collective in the it has one. But
Ooh,
it
crisper.
still can
I like
catch you.
that.
What?
Crisper. I like that definition.
It's crisper. It is. The twin engine does help it, but still not as spiky as what you'll get in a modern helicopter by any means. Not as
Okay.
refined.
Briefing. Second part. Well, final participant is just taxiing up. Pretty much the same as the first half, really. We're going to be going along about 900 feet. Speed, I will put it about 115 knots again, and we'll see what the weather will give us. We're going to depart from here, head south over the Thames estuary, and then we'll head along to the southeast over past Isle of Sheppey, cut off a little bit over behind that part of Kent, straight over to the lightship-ish, cross over into France and into Dunkirk for our final bit of the evening. Does that sound lovely to everybody?
Sounds lovely to me.
And that'll be nasty.
Good, I love your enthusiasm. I'm going to start moving, and then we'll do some aviating.
Sounds wunderbar!
Wunderbar! Thank you, Geet, for bringing an international flavour.
You're welcome!
Says that again, you haven't done that, but
A little bit of a wiggle left as we depart, just to keep us heading south. Anybody with any problems getting it up?
no.
I never have that trouble.
I'm up. Keeping it up seems to be an awkward moment. But we're going. Slowly.
Altitude again, sir, was...
900 feet.
Thank you.
Going good. Watch me for the turn to the east, so we can follow the island. So we've got the Isle of Grain ahead of us.
I'll catch you up shortly.
Did you crash?
No, I came to an inappropriate stop.
Ah.
One of
Not the
those.
first time you've been
today.
accused of inappropriate behaviour.
Well,
How was he supposed to know she was only 17?
It depends. That depends on the country for that.
What?
Oh yeah, it does, doesn't it? Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, 17's
Oh.
fine here.
Is it really?
Yeah.
frowned upon, I think 17 would be counted.
That's what Prince Andrew keeps saying.
How was she supposed to know she was only 12? She looked
No,
like she was
no,
30.
no. Now go back to your school shootings. We don't do 12.
Burn! Stupid Americans, stupid Americans.
News lads, it looks like we might be missing a lighthouse.
Oh no. Perish the thought, not that. Oh no.
I hope Flash is following you. I see him, but I can't see you.
No, you and Flash are off to our right.
Off
Flash!
to the right.
Yeah, we are over the coast.
Is that a power station on the Isle of Grain? That big mast thing?
Yeah, I think there is, and there's a the power station there, and then there's also little airfield we should be able to see just inland over here, and the tower, it should be 100 feet tower just behind Sheerness here.
I don't see you.
You are... Oh, where have you gone?
Oh,
Right, turn right.
you said I was off to your right, so I turned left.
That was correct, and you've passed behind us now.
Where the hell are you at?
Yeah, you turned too fastward. now actually on the right heading.
That's it,
Alright.
we're ahead of you. Yeah, we're 3 miles ahead of you.
Just flown over jet ski on the sea.
Jet ski, is that a Russian?
Yeah, and it's actually moving as well.
Yeah, that'll be one of Vic Mars models, the jet skis.
You don't get that
Yeah.
in Microsoft Flight Sim, do you?
Yeah.
They copied it.
There, they copied it, yeah, bastards.
They were the first ones to have procedural weather, you know.
Yeah, we were, and look how far we've moved on.
Oh, no, I said Microsoft. Microsoft say they were the first ones to have procedural weather.
I think if you read the fine print, it's we're the first sim to have procedural weather, and actually release updates. I know, I love Flight Gear. I love Flight Gear, it's brilliant.
What is procedural weather?
It's so we've got there's lots of things in the weather that actually Flight Gear has. So we were the first ones to have things like proper thermals and actually be able to change the weather correctly between the locations that you're flying between, as opposed to having the same weather at the starting and the end destination, depending on your flight, and things like the different layers of weather, winds aloft, things like that. All the stuff that Flight Gear did technically have first, and Microsoft Flight Simulator has now, but people will still say Microsoft Flight Simulator was the first to have it, because let's be honest, most people don't give Flight Gear a second look.
Right, so MSFS didn't introduce anything new. It just copied ideas from everybody else and said, we're first.
It's just the bling bling. Come on.
It's just
That's
bling.
what people draws in. The bling bling.
They love the bling. It's just like a vajazzle.
What?
I like a good vajazzle.
A vajazzle, Voodoo.
Good ladies on channel.
Oh my.
Do you not have vajazzles in America?
I don't know
I
what
think
it
it's
is.
funny.
I don't know
They
what
wish
it
they
is.
had.
I don't know what it is.
It's where the ladies decorate their
Oh.
area with gemstones,
With shiny
and
bits.
shiny glitter and things like that, and you can have them professionally done. It's called a vajazzle
I like
Alex
shiny.
also has a vajazzle.
because it makes you dazzle.
I'm like a
love
crow.
it.
I like shiny things.
There you go.
Makes you dazzle with a head compazzle.
Margaret says she thought you were talking about the Jazzle Sweeties.
Margaret's listening. I'm going to be quiet.
Yes,
Yeah.
Margaret's listening.
She's gonna call you out, man.
Alex, you're going to have a hell of a sore time if you were to come back up here, I'll tell you.
A pea dazzle. What is that? Is that where you have to dip it in glitter?
Ooh.
What do you mean a hell of a time? Margaret loves me, surely.
Who wouldn't love Alex? Look at him.
It
He's
wouldn't.
like-
Yeah, look at me is the start.
He's,
Yes.
he's like the quintessential teddy bear.
Okay, now I'm not sure how to take that.
Oh, come on, you like to be the teddy bear. All
Always
that,
an
up for a
uncomfortable-
struggle snuggle.
all that huggle, all that huggle. Snuggle.
Silence.
Minutes.
Sorry, I was changing the page on my map.
I'll kill you.
That's what she said.
What did she need a map for?
To find it. Oh!
Oh, it says it should be here. I can't see it.
Oh, it's X marks the spot, but there's no spot.
There's no X.
It was marked with a vajazzle.
Oh my god, it just gets
You're right,
weirder and
Flash.
weirder.
There must be one somewhere.
It just gets weirder and weirder.
There is probably, they just haven't shown us, you know?
Is this video made for kids? Well, of course it is.
Educational video.
It's like educational for parents. Parents, don't let your kids grow up to watch FGUK.
You see, these are the conversations that get us confused with the other FGUK.
Oh god, I didn't think about that.
That's why Oscar Yankee's not allowed to play with us anymore.
Oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, his dad looked on the dictionary and realised what we're actually talking about.
Oh my.
This is a nurturing and educational environment.
Well, it's educational, I'm going to tell you that. Because, boys, I've been educated. What's funny about that, Eagle? Haven't you learned tons of stuff? Not necessarily stuff you want to know about.
Everyone learns on flight night.
Everybody learns on FlightNight.
I got more traumatized than Arnold Schwarzenegger videos.
No, you've got to stop sending them. It's just weird.
Yes, they were weird.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Oh, those were hilarious.
They were so weird that I actually had some showing up on my suggested YouTube videos yesterday.
Yeah,
there
so
you
did
go.
There's lots more Harry Square videos, dude.
And those were fucked up. Those weren't weird.
Listen, here's Alex. That was fucked up, man.
We're just passing over a place called Stud Hill, which must be where I'm from.
Yep,
Of course!
of course.
There's no stud and there's no hill.
Well, the only stud is now in the air above it.
Oh,
Well, thank you, but that's not the point.
I didn't make
Oh.
show me your point. But if you comb your hair right, it won't show.
Oh. If that's the case, you need a shave.
Oh, burn.
Yeah, razor bin.
They actually tried to model a marina. Tried it at least.
I have a solution to these things. And it
Go on.
works. But,
Oh, well, actually, yeah, I suppose you do. How's Ibiza coming along?
well, I'll maybe get something done somewhere this year.
Because, you know, I was going to do the Balearics tour, and then I realised, no, it's not fair, 'cause Stuart hasn't finished his Ibiza yet.
I'll get to it. I did add one build last week. First build.
And it's normally this time of year we do a little Spain tour of some sort on
Yes,
Facebook.
no, we've got that big massive flight pan sitting the way that I used last year.
Oh, we have, haven't we?
Yes.
What are we going to do that in?
Oh, it needs to be done over a series of weeks.
I was planning a flight where we do the Espana side of the Pyrenees, kind of like where we were a couple weeks ago, but not where we were. That's some fabulous scenery there. Oh my God.
Do a slight wiggle to the right, pay attention.
Following you.
And jump to the left.
You jump to the right. Stand up, sit down, fight, fight, fight.
No, he was doing the time warp again.
Let's do the time warp again.
Stuart, I mean, how did actually that helicopter flight go? Didn't you want to do like this long Scotland-wide?
I haven't done it yet because I'm still trying to sort out issues with the 135 to allow us to do it.
Ah.
Gotta have it configured a certain way to make it usable and to make it accessible.
Yeah.
And to make it presentable to the people who are going to be represented. So,
Oh.
well, I'm getting there with it. Really, it's in a form at the minute, which is kind of good. Apart from I tried to kill me last week with double engine failure, which was fun.
So the flight is actually, it actually may happen whenever you actually have time. I thought it was like at a certain.
I'll need to be done in the winter because it's going to take. Did I calculate about 6 hours, Alex?
6 hours, yeah.
Huh?
And that doesn't count fuel stops and whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's like why we could actually do it like right together there.
We could do it as a relay between pilots,
Yeah.
swap pilots at certain
Yeah.
stops, which would be the preference way, but the person who's doing the live broadcast for the charity stuff it has to be there all day.
Ah, yeah, that was the problem, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
constant live broadcasting.
Yeah. And they had to be able to narrate and deal with like and stuff like that. I think Alex is volunteering to do that bit, but again, it's getting the time and the
Yeah, if we could do it on like a Saturday or a Sunday at some point, I could do that.
Yeah.
we probably
Yeah.
could, yeah.
Or even ideally, like if we could have it Saturday, if we could have it finish as the last part of Flight Night, maybe.
Well,
yeah.
Well, if I'm doing it live weather on live time, it'll be dark. But like,
Fair point.
if we do it that way.
I mean,
Yes,
like we have done last parts of Flight Night in the dark, so why not just like as a challenge have
like
one
those.
Flight Night in the dark?
I like those.
Yeah.
I like the night flight, baby.
I've got version 3 autopilot working on my EC-135 at the minute, and it's working quite well. So it would take the strain off some of the flight time, and it means people could do things like go to the bathroom without it dying. Well,
Which is important.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. That's a good thing.
say that you have to sit in a bottle for 4 hours. I've got new aircrew models for the HEM crews, for the medical crews as well, which look a bit more realistic than what's currently available to us. Effectively, not 117, quite good.
That's quite nice. How many triangles do they have?
A few.
Oh,
There
what?
was no noticeable difference in FPS with them.
Okay. I mean, that's good.
Alex, you heading out to sea?
Yeah.
We are all heading out to sea.
We're going across the
We're
water?
gonna go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna go find a light ship.
Oh, right, okay. I found one of them before, and it was parked on the beach up here.
Yeah, there is one that is parked on the beach up here. I had a look at that.
It's got a helipad on it as well, and I wanted to use it as a training model, but I can't find that particular model anywhere.
Some of them have. I think they're unique models. You need to go in the blue. You need to go in the scene model map and look for the models that have blue icons, and then you'll find it.
Nice, he's walked behind us again.
He's
No, I
okay.
didn't.
He's okay. He's flight leader. Jump back. Let's do the time warp again.
Didn't see a pelvic thrust.
Oh, I can show you a pelvic thrust.
It would drive me insane. Hey.
It really would.
Are we going to get some brownie points off the Home Secretary if we sink any rubber dinghies?
Dingy. It's a dingy.
It's only a matter of time.
The beautiful Braverman.
God, she's a Nazi, isn't she?
No, you can't say that. They're not Nazis.
Fascist then.
Don't mince any words, Ollie. The fascists then.
He's passionate about our cause.
Like Jeremy Corbyn in the IRA.
Oh, there we go. Full blown
I detect a
politics.
small amount of politics.
No, we don't do politics.
When the last general election was on, I can't understand why Labour actually came up to stand for it, because nobody was going to vote for him. Nobody in the right mind was going to vote for him.
Well, somebody
But
will.
he was going to give everyone free internet, and they loved that, and going to make everything good again, and everyone was going to have to pay a fair wage. Definitely, that was definitely going to happen.
And it was going to
100%.
disband all the armed forces, and I was left convinced that Russia would be here, not create Ukraine.
Yeah, well, somebody changed the rules so people could join the Labour Party for £3 and vote him in.
You guys need Donald Trump.
No, we don't.
Nobody's ever needed Donald
let's
Trump.
get Trumpy involved.
Trumpty Dumpty sat on a wall.
Did
Trump
the
did not
Americans
give it.
actually know that Trump over here just means fart? Do they know that? Because I can't.
I can't.
Every time I hear it, I can't. I mean, I was a child in the late 80s, early 90s, and Trump was a fart.
Yeah.
It's
the way I'm
a
saying.
It's a German name, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Convinced he's-
Gates' fault again.
His grandfather was German, and he got
My
out to
grandfather was
Germany,
German.
and he was a brothel keeper in the gold rush in the Yukon. That's where he made all his money.
Alex, that visual on an object in the water in front of me.
Yeah, there we go. The light. Do you know what? Fuck this. Let's go down and look at it. Go on.
Oh, let's go. Let's get it on.
If it is the right object,
I'm not sure it is, but we'll go and have a look anyway.
I'm closing on it right now. I'm descending.
Which one?
This one, there's only one in front of me.
Unless the textures
Well,
haven't loaded, it's not the right
it's
colour yet,
some-
but...
Something is sticking up out of it.
Oh my.
Oh, not again.
It
Yeah.
Sorry.
seems extremely aroused.
It is.
This is indeed a lot. Okay, so we're looking at the one the one we were looking for is the other side of the channel, but see if you can get close enough to see the name on this one.
That'll be stunning if you get a helicopter to land on it.
It should have the name on it. Oh, okay, I can see the name.
Okay, it has a name. Okay, well, what is it?
You're going to turn slightly right so we can go find the other one.
East Goodwin. That's what it's called.
That's the one, yeah, because these are the sands down here are called the Goodwin Sands.
All wind is good wind.
So the good
Oh,
Trump's
okay.
ends.
No,
Oh,
win, not
win the
wind.
next part.
Ah,
Okay,
win,
yeah.
win, good win.
Good. May you have good winds, sir.
I do. That's what the eggs I ate.
What?
Plenty of it.
Oh! Need to have some of that really fine Mexican food, or what's the stuff you were talking about? Curry, good curry. Oh yeah.
You know, I had a Mexican breakfast earlier, which was interesting. That may be the source of my problems this evening.
I would adore to see what you guys call Mexican.
It was called so what do they call it? It was a fiesta brunch is what it was, and it was a it was like a, yeah, it probably wasn't very Mexican, was it? It was avocado and salsa and poached eggs and some onion and stuff like that on top of a bit of toast. Yeah, not that Mexican.
Yeah, next
But it
time.
was called a fiesta brunch, so there you go.
Next time you get over here to this side of the pond, I'll take you to some Mexican restaurants.
Was it called a Fiesta because you had off the bonnet of a Ford Fiesta?
I don't know. It was in a Weatherspoons.
It's a fiesta because there's a party in your mouth.
Oh,
It was.
well,
It was. There was a Mexican in my mouth, but that was different.
That was a quote.
What?
There's a party in my mouth and everyone's invited. That's a Simpsons,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Oh, that's
Oh yeah, everybody's coming.
Oh.
We don't want to drag him into Chipley's, right?
I'm sorry.
would one of you lovely gentlemen remind me how I speed up the sim rate?
A shift A, unless someone has commandeered those keys for some other function, in which case you'll have to go to the F10 menu.
Hey, there's another one. There's another one.
Another
yeah, let's go get it.
Aiming to intercept.
I think these are the ones in this channel, but there's about 7 or 8 around the UK that I haven't seen in flight yet before. Oh, weather change. Oh, the boat span. Okay, that's cool. So it,
Oh, it
yeah,
did.
heads into the wind.
At a decent rate, I have to say.
Yeah, it was a decent rate, yeah.
This one is the, what is it, like the sunny fizzle?
I think it says Sandetti.
Sandetti, alright.
I don't know what that is. We are just about to cross
Sandetti,
into
yeah.
France, so it might be a
Crossing into
French.
France.
Oui.
How disappointing. Oh, somebody's pulling in. Whoa, that was close.
Yeah, I'm just playing.
Yeah, that's what she said.
No, I'm just playing.
I'm just
Oh!
Oh, stutter.
Oh,
Oh, bad stutter. There we go.
is that an official heading change or what is that?
Well, yeah, you see, I'm the flight leader, so all my heading changes are official.
I'm sorry, sir.
Very good.
We know you're sorry, but are you apologetic? No!
We're going to be heading about 102 degrees. Altitude 900 feet.
Shit, we really need those bombers ready. Oh, want to do a bomber run?
Which bombers?
I don't know. I mean, the ones that we have. Lancaster.
We've already been through that, haven't we?
Huh?
We've already talked about Lancaster tonight.
Huh?
You missed that conversation.
Obviously.
Yeah, you know, the lads wanted to go and bomb the Ruhr Valley again. I said, no, we'll upset Geet.
And you do. No, it's all fine. I'll shoot back.
Oh, that's mean. It's no fun when you shoot back.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I saw some nice videos about like trolls and airsoft. Oh, there were so many of them. Like, hey, that was not nice. You didn't hit me. Blah blah blah. Some nice videos.
Blah, blah,
Airsoft's always
blah.
been full of trolls.
Oh, it is, isn't it?
And there's guns and airsoft.
Well, you say that, Stuart, but didn't we spend 15 minutes just throwing endless grenades down into a tunnel and beating the shit out of some people that we got told to stop?
Oh, and obviously no one died on the other side there, right? You didn't hit anyone.
Yeah, it was fine. Well, I can't. Well, they were gonna. It was in a bunker, wasn't it, Stuart? And they couldn't get them in, but they were in a concrete room at the end of this tunnel, and we were just throwing the grenades into the tunnel just to batter the shit out of their ears for however long. Because a friend of mine had given up airsoft, and he'd given me this huge ammo crate of grenades, and there were, I can't remember how many were in there, but I've still got some left. Yeah, we just said to everybody, okay, grab the crate, and just everyone on our team just throw the grenades into there, and just their ears will give in eventually. The marshals had to tell us to stop. It was Stuart's idea.
It was my idea.
That's standard.
Generally my ideas I get away with.
How does an airsoft grenade work?
It's the flashbang.
Very softly.
No, it doesn't.
It's a bang, basically.
It's a bang. The small needs to flash.
Yeah, and about 30 to 50 BBs inside there, and it just fires them out in a rough direction. They can hurt-ish if you're close enough.
Yeah.
They come in different versions. They come in from a Mark 1 up to a Mark 12, which obviously the big one, the Mark 12, is like throwing a log at somebody in the small nuclear detonation off.
Oh, the things like that remembers me. I just got reminded of like our DM10. That's exercise ammo. Exercise. What is it like? A display of grenade. Those they went bang. Bloody hell. In a room? No way.
The guy I work with, he was doing his English speaking and listening thing for his English qualification. So he was into airsoft. So he went all dressed in all his gear, and one of the managers reported him going into a college all dressed up like a soldier.
So that was
fair.
kind of inappropriate.
Well, a lot of managers in colleges are all females, and they don't see the don't get
Humor.
the point sometimes. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't get it.
Oh, I should just be able to see the
The
coast
guys
and
used-
Dunkirk
the
I
ahead.
guys-
see them. I see it. I see it.
The guys at Annan used to actually go into the town centre of Annan with a full tactical gear on and go to the chip shop
Go where?
at lunchtime. When we were at the airsoft site at Annan, it's on the outskirts of town, and you take a car and go into town. The guys used to go into the town, into the village, into the chip shop in their full tactical gear.
Oh, he did. That's
No, not
in.
just one of them. You can get about 20 guys to come outside tactical gear.
Yeah, there was an issue at an airsoft site I went to. It was in an old shopping centre, probably about 7 years or so ago, and it was in the middle of a town centre because it was an old shopping centre. And at lunchtime, everybody went and they actually shut the subway until someone checked that this was okay, because there was about 50 airsoft enthusiasts trying to get into the subway and order their things in the tactical vests and everything like that. You know, obviously no one had anything on them, but the manager of the subway got so nervous that they said, no, we're shutting it, you can't come in anymore, and eventually they rang the airsoft site saying, what the hell's going on? No, it's just an airsoft site, don't worry about it, they're just kids dressed up, it's fine.
Yeah, it's just how daft things are. Like where I'm from, they're having a 40s weekend, so everybody's dressed up in Second World War uniforms and clothes, driving around in jeeps and stuff. Nobody gives a stuff.
That's one of the biggest ones in the country these days, I think, isn't it?
Wow.
Yeah, well,
most of the other ones
it's
have
out
gone.
of 1940s weekend, but they've also got the Flying Scotsman on the railway as well.
Oh, we don't have these things in Germany anymore.
No fun.
No fun.
Well, they all tried dressing up as World War II soldiers once, but it didn't go well for them.
Actually, we
Sorry.
didn't just try.
It got out of hand.
Wow, check out
Kinda.
this scenery.
The scenery over this side, I was really, amazed. I came over this side earlier. I was like, oh, well, why doesn't it look this good on English side?
I don't know.
It looks
This
a lot nicer, doesn't it?
This looks great. Yeah, my frame rates are pretty good still too.
Yeah.
For
There's a lot of
France, that's
detail, actually.
unbelievable.
Yeah. I think halfway between the two airports it was crashing my system on my own, so whether I still hacking. On the podcast we have ways ever talking about with the reenacting people. There's always a lot of people want to be the Germans.
Yeah, that's strange, isn't it?
Not really.
Okay.
Guys
You
said,
got snazzy uniforms.
no. All
I
the,
do, yeah.
dude, all the
Scientific.
best aircraft and weapons and stuff belong to.
It was
That-
the uniform, was that?
It was Hugo Boss did the
Oh,
uniform.
was it Hugo Boss? That
Oh yeah, Hugo Boss, exactly. I always
No,
wanted one.
he didn't design it, he made it probably in his factories.
It's always the best dressed faction, always the baddies.
Anyway, we're going to be coming up to the airfield soon for our final destination. Now, it is a small airfield. There's a grass runway. There's thankfully some hangars and things that they've put there. So we're going to get over the town of Dunkirk, and it is on the. It's just on the other side. You'll be able to see the hangars better than anything else. We are still a few minutes out, but it's not going to be a nice big tarmac runway, so there'll be some spotting of it to do.
Yeah,
Hey, that Cessna 195, man. That's thanks for bringing that. That's good shit.
That's nice. Voodoo, do you know what I want though? I reckon it'll be right up your alley.
Ow!
I really want a stagger wing in Flight Gear.
A stagger wing. Oh, wow.
Yeah, a beach stagger wing, please, if you ever find one.
Ooh. Well, I got a Beach and a Piper twin, like a King Air and a P180 that are like so sweet. Oh my God, I just can't get them done because I just have too much shit to do. But that'll happen. I got. Was I telling Eagle last week? I got like an Arado AR-96B, like a trainer or whatever. With oh my God, it is so cool, dude! I got a Storch.
Oh, I like Storches.
Oh, dude, this one's ass kicking. I mean, it's just beautiful.
Oh, can we have a Storch night? You do a Storch night, we can do.
Yeah, rescuing Mussolini.
It's always got to be the fascists with you.
What's
We
wrong
can
with
invite
fascists?
Suada Breverman. She might want to take part.
This thing's cool.
We
It's
could
like
do another night where we go and rescue her if you want.
super duper STOL. I mean, it's like you can literally land it in like 200 or 300 feet.
Alex,
Yes, sir.
I have a really cool Storch.
I know, I do. I really want that. Be fun. Voodoo, if you have
There is
if you
one
have
already in Flight Gear.
The Storch, is that? I think. What about is there a Lysander as well? Because that'd be cool, wouldn't it? To have the two communications.
I haven't seen a Lysander, no.
That'd be fun. If one of each, and we could do, like landing and fit. I mean, look at this scenery around here. This would be great to go and land in.
Oh hell yeah! This looks beautiful, man. And my frame rates are not bad. Like still double digits.
Why does it look so much better? I wonder if we need to regenerate the England ones with the same settings.
I don't know. This really looks nice.
I couldn't redo them for the England. It was coming smaller than the originals.
Yeah.
Normally they're about 16 megabytes each tile, and for whatever reason, I've done it half a dozen times. It was coming up with tiles which were only 276k, and they were tiny.
Yeah, I've had that issue. Okay, I don't know if anyone can see that if you got OSM streets on, there's a bend in the road ahead. There is some slightly different coloured buildings that are the hangars of where we're going to be landing.
Oh shit.
We'll overfly it and then we'll come back. There is a...
Slightly different colour building.
Alright, fuck off, hang on. I will point it out better to all of you in a minute. Just wait.
He hardly ever gets
I was
here. When he
trying.
does, he's always got to agitate. If you end up missing Geed, just open your washing machine and look in there. There's this thing in there called an agitator. You know what you're talking about? You know I'm kidding, man. I love you.
It's just all love in here.
Boom! It's just
Tough
the way
love.
it. Yeah, it's tough love.
It's tough love,
It's
the love.
tough.
Really, really fucking tough.
Fucking A.
Good night.
Why is everybody flying past Alex? He's supposed to be showing us the way.
Yeah, I'm showing you the way. If they want to fly past and go somewhere wrong, then
This is the way.
they'll die.
Right, I think I got eyes on it. And it's
Oh,
actually
hang on,
different
wait, no,
coloured buildings.
yes, tell me how you describe it, Guy. Thank you. With
Buildings
the
with
different coloured buildings after the bend in the road.
Yeah, but they're actually really different colours. It's actually blue
Yeah, yeah.
and red.
So different colour buildings then.
oh my god, you guys are all messed up, man.
Yeah, I think I spoke too soon. I've taken an early bath because I just crashed.
Ah. Okay, well now we can see the airfield, however you may wish to describe it. Land down there. Enjoy yourselves.
What? I don't see it.
I'm going to overfly it. Well, Voodoo, if you look for the different colour buildings...
Oh, I got it. I got them. It's a grass field, bro.
Yeah.
It's grass.
I'm going to fly around and land towards the different coloured buildings.
Me too. I'm gonna go the other way though, because you scare me. Sonny on her helicopter. Place I want to. I can even land on the tower at Eham.
That must have been years ago now.
Oh, it was years ago, but it was fucking hilarious. This guy's like, I'm gonna run all this air traffic stuff like that, and Sonny's like hanging upside down, like, just like.
They don't even do ATC and FlightGo anymore.
Well, not when you're around.
And we wonder why.
It's all Sonny's fault. That poor tower guy was traumatized for life.
Aw. PTSD from a flight night? I think not. Permanently medicated, adjudicated, messimated.
Master, oh no.
No, that's a different thing, Alex.
What? I know what masticated means. Don't you try to pull a wool over my eyes.
Down and save in front of differently colored buildings. Engine off.
Is there a bit of a bump to get on this taxiway? It looks like it's a few feet up. No? No, we're okay. Well done, FlightGo.
Strange thing is like kind of sudden. That is strange. Oh well.
Perfect.
It's very kind of you, Stuart. You're not so bad yourself.
Ah, found you all.
Where were we, Andy?
Well, somewhere near some funny coloured buildings.
Funny?
Multi-colored buildings.
It's taken me all this time to catch you up because I ended up going back to Southend again.
Ah, that's a pain. Let's watch the landing.
No, don't.
Down safe, rolling like a mofo, bro.
Are you gonna land at this airport, Andy? Oh,
Eventually.
fucking hell. How's your sim rate?
Poor. I've been
Better,
getting
it's better than mine.
about 5 FPS for ages.
Oh shit. So, are you running it on a potato?
It feels like it.
That's the stall horn. Nice landing. No problem, Flash. Thanks for coming along.
Ash!
That's almost sounded a bit sarcastic about the nice landing then.
Sleep well, Eagle.
Schlaft gut.
The
So,
lighting on that.
Who is doing next week's flight?
I got it.
I'll be
Okay.
happy if I can attend. I hope so.
Ooh, it's nice having you, man. I mean, really nice.
Nice being here. So that is like what is it? C-172, Andy. Huh. All right.
Yeah, it was easy selection.
All right.
You got me here.
Not getting my taste.
No, I mean that's cool. It's like that thing, like the landing light on that one actually just shines a real light cone onto the ground. So that's
Yeah, it does.
That's the thing. Although it wouldn't be that much of a hassle, right, Stuart? You just need like the new lights.
What's that? Sorry, this person. I was
Come on,
wondering,
come on.
Hold it up. For the lights, like giving you like a real light cone on the ground and objects. We just
what
need to use the new lights, I guess.
Yeah, just use the
What-
light
what
pack we got.
aircraft? What aircraft are you talking about?
No, I just like saw the 172 as Andy's flying it.
170, 172.
Good night, Sonny. Mwah, mwah,
Sonny,
mwah.
schlaf gut.
Right, Sonny. It's not
Yep.
put together in a way that it's compatible with our stuff.
It is not.
It's not.
What?
So that means you can't just like put it into another aircraft.
What?
As
Our
a,
lights?
like as a I don't know, like as a landing light, for instance. You can't.
Yeah, our landing light is part of a whole light pack. It has
Hmm.
to go as a whole pack or nothing. All the nasal has to be there. And
Yeah, but it's
I'm pretty
totally-
sure that the ones do.
It's
Would
totally
work.
portable. All you need to do is grab the folder and grab the nasal files and stuff them all in there and then point it at the light pack, which is in the folder, and it rocks. It all just goes.
We'll be able to do it.
Yeah.
I like that Cessna. That's hot.
Oh,
See,
I've
toxic.
shut the live stream off, by the way, sorry.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Night
kill.
live stream.
I'm gonna kill Doohickyville too. YouTube. Good night, Mom.
Yeah, man.
Good night, Buddha's mom.
Night all.
Yeah, all right.
Yep.
User disconnected from your channel.